Oh, be on.
Face to face, I place my like a drive-through. Feeling, you know how I do. Push.
Oh my god. Whoa. That's I was over. Oh my god. Yeah. Almost there. Yeah.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here.
Man, come on, y'all.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
All right.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Yeah. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Come on, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 43. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And you those.
Right in the
those
he just started in once he saw the run develop.
And it still didn't work.
It appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Newton now to throw.
Get them.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
God, he threw it behind him.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Oh, he was open. Dang, that nigga was open, bro.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you.
Thank you. 125 pound drag job, man. Come on.
Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll run it now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Hey, those slow releases are killing me, bro.
And they are shot at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And the Panthers coming out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
No.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, what? No, don't run out of bounds.
Just shy of the 40.
Man.
It's a pickup of 16 there. That'll lead to a new set of downs.
Now we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday.
Straight up
we were
and he
watching
goes
film.
out
He
of
said,
bounds.
write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The All-Pro in two positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Teleporting, bro.
We just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Never find a play, bro.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Why they cannot block there, dude?
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing third and long.
20. Hey. Great.
I see where he's coming from. Put somebody right there.
From the gun, here's Newton.
Oh, he took it.
And incomplete. The contact made the
other
ball
dude had
run
a
free
chance.
and
He
brings
was
up
trying to.
fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Great. Gun.
Out the hat.
Hey.
They will go for it. Now Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
The ball in the bread basket. That's all he got to do. That would not let me pass that motherfucker like how I want to, bro. That would not let me pass that, man.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Bro. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for Los Angeles Rams. I ultimately think that Mahomes wins this award. I think he distanced himself late in the season from Brees, and it's hard for a defender to win the MVP.
Rookie of the year, Barkley, or does Mayfield have a shot?
Personally, I would give it to Barkley because he's been there all 16, but Mayfield made Cleveland relevant, put them in a position where maybe we were even talking about the playoffs, and boy, the excitement level has really ramped up. I would not be surprised at all if he walked away with the award.
Lastly, what about Coach of the Year? Does Frank Reich have a shot after starting 1-5 in Indy?
He should be in that conversation, shouldn't he? But I think ultimately it comes down to Matt Nagy in Chicago and Anthony Lynn with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Nagy's going to win it because the Chargers were picked in preseason to actually win their division or contend. The Bears were not.
Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barter. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
No matter the week, no matter the team, you're going to hear coaches wax nostalgic for big tight ends that can control the edge of the line of scrimmage. Well, sometimes you don't have a tight end in the game, so now you're looking at your tackles. Can they control the perimeter? Make sure that that gets sealed off so there's no penetration off of the edge. If they're able to do that, that's why a toss play is successful. Because once they get to the edge, they can pick and choose their spot. Which way to run, whether it's deep outside or cutting it back inside to pick up big yardage. On that play, they controlled the edge so well, they picked up an excellent chunk of yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give.
Oh, McCaffrey,
run this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Here we go. Hey, hey.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey.
Big man, why you stop running?
Knocked back to the 20. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Good job, big man. Good job.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Hey, hey.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
Let's go, baby.
Is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
You tried to throw that, Brian.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Trubisky on first down. Now he's forced out left. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Bro,
nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And he spins through. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Trubisky now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. An exciting week with a divisional round coming up on the NFC side of things, Charles. Dallas at L.A., the Rams. Philadelphia at New Orleans. What do you think?
Well, I can't wait, because Dallas at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams feel like they've gotten their mojo back down the stretch on offense. Dallas feels like they can pound and bruise against anyone with Ezekiel Elliott carrying the load.
Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field.
I know it's my fault.
A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
We had him. We still wasn't supposed to get behind my defense, though.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They go play action with Trubisky. Step under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Right over there, right over there. Yeah, right, 58, right there. 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Now Trubisky to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Yeah.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. And avoids the contact by sliding. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
4 down, 4 down. I got one. Great.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to sack him.
We got
for
like
a
10
loss
people
of 6.
blocking, bro. Look at that. Then the running back just looked at him. Yeah. Man, that shit crazy. Oh shit.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh my God.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't
The
think
ball was
so.
in
I
his
think in this
hand.
situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
20. 20. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Say hi. What are you? Say hi.
And now with the play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start.
That was on there? Come on, no tackling now. I had to get 5 yards, end up tacking 5 more to it.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
Yeah.
Returnable here from the 38. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he's flushed out left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. And the 3rd down pass
Ooh, why you
falls
picked it off?
incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. That's
Come on, don't fall on the ground, dude.
Good move at the 30. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
He just really fell off the
Defensive
ground.
breakdown allows a pickup of
Oh, my
16
God.
on 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Play action. Now Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead to the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offensive and defensive lines, not to mention how Andrew Luck is playing in his comeback season here in 2018. But Kansas City, the #1 seed, they're seeking to break that trend of losing games in the playoffs at home that they shouldn't. This is another opportunity with Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
Speaking of losing games in the playoffs, Phillip Rivers and the Chargers 0-7, including the playoffs against New England with Tom Brady at quarterback. Can they stem the tide?
This is their opportunity. No better chance for the Chargers to get it done. As I always say to you, if not now, Chargers, when? Even though it is going to New England.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains. And we're back now in Charlotte.
I forgot to see who was running back.
Hey!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
hey.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Yeah, go crap him.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do.
And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Mario Addison in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, it hasn't been a banner game here in the 2nd half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, from 7 picks. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey.
He's going to get it running right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Do some. 20.
Here's Newton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Here's Trubisky to throw.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right? Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.